It doesn't always look like crying. Sometimes depression looks like an empty battery, or anger, or feeling absolutely nothing at all. It is a master of disguise. Many people are walking around with it right now, and the people closest to them have no idea. It's not a weakness, and it's not just a bad mood. It's a real, complex health condition. Today, we are pulling back the curtain and explaining the major signs. No fluff, no confusing terms, just the facts, explained in a way we can all understand. A quick but important note: I am not a doctor, and this video is not a diagnosis. It's for education and awareness. If you feel like what I'm describing is your reality, please talk to a healthcare professional. You don't have to figure this out alone. Let's get straight into it. Number 1, the heavy blanket. Persistent sadness or emptiness. This is the sign most people think of, but it's important to understand what persistent means. It's not feeling sad because you had a bad day. It's a sadness or a low mood that sticks around for most of the day, for days, weeks, or even months on end. For some, it's not even sadness. It's a profound emptiness. It's like being hollowed out. You might look at your life, your family, your job, things that should bring you joy, and you just feel blank. Joy feels like a distant memory, something that happens to other people. This emotional flatline is a core and often very confusing part of depression. Number 2, the color fades from life, loss of interest. This is one of the most common and devastating signs. The medical term is anhedonia, but a simpler way to say it is the loss of pleasure. Think about your favorite thing to do. Maybe it's playing video games, listening to music, painting, or just hanging out with your best friend. Now imagine you wake up and have zero desire to do it. It's not that you're too busy. It's that the spark is gone. You might force yourself to do it, hoping to feel something, but it just feels like a chore. The music doesn't hit the same way. The food tastes bland. The conversation feels empty. You're moving through the motions of a life you used to love, but you're not really living it. Number 3, the sleep thief or the sleep trap. Depression messes with sleep in a big way, and it usually goes to one of 2 extremes. First, there's insomnia. This is when you can't fall asleep, or you wake up at 3 a.m. and your mind just goes. You start worrying, replaying conversations, or just staring at the ceiling, feeling anxious. You're physically exhausted, but your brain won't shut off. Then there's the other side, hypersomnia or oversleeping. This is when you sleep 10, 12, even 14 hours, and you still wake up feeling completely drained. It feels like no amount of sleep is enough. You use sleep as an escape because being awake is just too painful or exhausting. Either way, your body's natural rhythm is broken, which only makes the other symptoms worse. Number 4, the constant empty tank, fatigue. This is not the same as just being tired after a long week. This is a bone-deep, crushing fatigue that isn't fixed by a nap or a good night's sleep. It's the feeling that your body is moving through wet cement. Every simple task feels like climbing a mountain, getting out of bed, taking a shower, making toast, brushing your teeth. These small acts of self-care become monumental efforts. People often mistake this for laziness, which fuels feelings of guilt. But it's not laziness. It's a core symptom of the illness. Your battery is at 1%, and it just won't charge. Number 5, the appetite shift. Too much or too little. Just like sleep, depression throws our appetite completely out of balance. For many, food loses all its appeal. Nothing tastes good. The idea of preparing a meal is overwhelming. You might forget to eat entirely, only realizing at 8 p.m. that you haven't had anything all day. This often leads to significant, unintentional weight loss. For others, it's the exact opposite. People turn to food, especially high-carb or high-sugar foods, for a tiny, temporary hit of comfort. It's a desperate search for any good feeling, even if it only lasts for a second. This can lead to overeating and weight gain, which then feeds back into feelings of worthlessness and guilt. It's a cycle. Number 6, the broken record of guilt and worthlessness. This is one of the most painful mental signs. Depression acts like a dark filter over your thoughts. It lies to you. It makes you believe you are a failure. It makes you feel worthless, like you're a burden on everyone around you. You start to blame yourself for everything, including being depressed in the first place. Your mind becomes a courtroom where you are always guilty. It digs up every mistake you've ever made and plays it on a loop. Remember that time in 10th grade? You said that stupid thing? That's why you're awful. This isn't rational guilt. It's a distorted, amplified voice that is a direct symptom of the chemical imbalance in your brain. Number 7, the brain fog, difficulty concentrating? Ever tried to read a page in a book, get to the bottom, and have no idea what you just read? Or have someone talk to you and you see their mouth moving, but the words just dissolve before you can process them? That's brain fog. Depression can seriously slow down your thinking. It makes it hard to focus, hard to remember things, and nearly impossible to make decisions. Even a simple choice like, what should I have for dinner, can feel overwhelming. You just can't think straight. This is terrifying, and it's not a personal failing. It's your brain struggling under a heavy load. Number 8, the physical agitation or slowdown. This is a physical sign that others can often see. Again, it's a sign of two extremes. On one hand, there's psychomotor agitation. This is when you can't sit still. You might pace around, wring your hands, tap your feet, or fidget constantly. You feel restless and crawling out of your skin, like you have all this nervous energy, but nowhere to put it. On the other hand, there's psychomotor retardation, a very old-fashioned term. This is a visible slowing of your body. You talk slower, you move slower. Your physical movements become heavy and labored. It's like your whole body is physically shutting down along with your mind. Number 9, the unexplained aches and pains. Depression is not just in your head. It is a full-body illness. Emotional pain and physical pain are processed in very similar parts of the brain. When emotional pain is overwhelming, it can show up physically. This can mean persistent headaches that don't go away, a chronic sore back, stomach problems and digestive issues, a general feeling of soreness, like you have the flu. Many people will go to the doctor for these physical pains, getting test after test, without realizing that the root cause might actually be depression. Number 10, the short fuse. Irritability and anger. This is the sign that is most often missed, especially in men, but it can happen to anyone. Sometimes the sadness and hopelessness get buried so deep that they come out sideways as anger. You have a very short fuse. Everything and everyone gets on your nerves. You snap at your partner. You get frustrated with your kids. You feel intense road rage over small things. You might not feel sad at all. You just feel angry and annoyed with the world. This is a common mask for depression. The world feels overwhelming and hostile, so you put up a wall of irritability to keep it away. Number 11, recurring thoughts of life not being worth it. This is the most serious sign, and we need to talk about it directly. When the pain becomes too much and the hopelessness feels permanent, the brain starts to look for an escape. You might start to think, I just want this to stop, or I wish I could just go to sleep and not wake up. You might find yourself thinking more and more about the end, or feeling like there's no way out. This is not you being dramatic. This is a critical warning sign that the depression has become severe. If this is you, please hear me. This is the depression talking, not the real you. It is a symptom, just like a cough is a symptom of a cold. It is a sign that you need help right now. Please tell someone, a friend, a family member, or a professional. There are people who want to help you through this. Number 12, pulling away, social withdrawal. Remember that loss of interest and that crushing fatigue? When you combine them, you get social withdrawal. Text messages go unanswered. Phone calls go to voicemail. Invitations are declined with a vague, I'm not feeling well. It's not that you don't care about your friends or family. You do. But the energy it takes to perform, to smile, to make small talk, to pretend you're okay, is just too much. It feels easier to be alone. The problem is, isolation is like fuel for depression. It makes the feelings of loneliness and worthlessness even stronger. Your world shrinks until it's just you and the four walls of your room. So, those are some of the most common signs. You don't need to have all of them to be struggling. Depression is a spectrum. It shows up differently in everyone. The most important thing to take away from this is that depression is real. It is not your fault, and you do not have to fight it alone. It is a treatable medical condition, just like diabetes or asthma. If this video felt like looking in a mirror, the first step is the hardest, but it's the most important. Talk to someone, a doctor, a therapist, a trusted family member. Just saying the words, I think I need help, can open the door. If you found this video helpful, or you think it could help someone else, please give it a like and subscribe for more content on understanding our minds better. And for the comments, I want to create a space for us to share. Which of these signs do you think is the most misunderstood by the public? Or is there a sign you've experienced that people rarely talk about? Share your thoughts below. Let's learn from each other. Thank you for watching. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.